The Google Pixel 9 Pro XL versus the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, the flagship phones for both companies. Of course, the Pixel just releasing last month, whereas the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra was back in January. And here's where I land on these two devices. Are you going to notice a significant day-to-day difference between these two? Absolutely not. And that's what you'd expect at this price range, because while you're getting the S24 Ultra for around $1,400 if you want one with 256 gigs of storage, you're paying what, $1,200 now for the Pixel for 256 gigs of storage. So that, they really upped their pricing and put the Pixel devices back in a category where you better be offering the type of performance that you get day-to-day on the S24 Ultra. I'll say this. If you were already a fan of One UI, if you were already a fan of Samsung, would the 9 Pro XL get you to waver, get you to change your mind, maybe get you off of Samsung? I don't think so. Same goes the other way. If you are a giant Pixel fan, if you've used Pixels all the way back, if you've used Nexus devices all the way back, will the Pixel 9 Pro kind of dissuade you from staying with Google, or would the S24 Ultra tempt you over to the Samsung side? I don't think so. I will say this, though. The Pixel 9 Pro XL is a phone that will win back disgruntled former owners. If you were somebody who had a Pixel 6, if you were somebody who had a Pixel 4 XL and you didn't like the battery life, if you were somebody that has been spurned by Pixel from way back when and have been settling for other devices since, like a Samsung S24 Ultra, I do believe the Pixel 9 Pro XL is a phone that can bring you back into the fold as far as Google's concerned. So if you were somebody that had your modem problems with the Pixel 6, your fingerprint problem, you said, forget it, never again with Google, this is the phone that kind of rights the ship and makes it attractive again to pick up a Pixel if you are a fan of Material U, Google software, the Pixel camera. You can feel safe coming back to the 9 Pro XL versus other years where I really didn't feel confident in that. So that, to me, is a major difference between these two devices this year. The Google can kind of win back over former owners, but I don't think either device is really tempting anyone from the other side because they're both fantastic. Okay. Screen, ever since the Super AXUA display came to the Pixel devices, I've had no problems with the panel on the Google phones. Love it, bright, saturated, really excellent. Ever since Samsung added the vividness slider to the S24 Ultra, I've had really no complaints about the display. Really brought it back on par with a typical Samsung display. So you see a little warmer over here, but that's all stuff you can edit now. And I really do believe these are two fantastic panels. It used to be a blowout where Samsung panel by default was significantly better than whatever Google was using, and that's really not the case anymore. I will say this, in the hand, they're both 6.8-inch displays. In the hand, because of the boxy design and the slightly wider 19.5 by 9 aspect ratio, you got 20 by 9 over here, it feels a little bit wider. It is a little bit wider. You got a bit more of a canvas. I like the squared off design, especially for the S Pen, which you're not worried about that over here with the 9 Pro XL. But I do like the bit of a wider canvas that you get. But then again, bigger in the hand. If you're looking at these two, you're not concerned about a compact device, so let's not worry about that. But if you are worried about the feel in the hand, they both feel excellent, but the S24 Ultra is a touch bigger. You will not, even though you're not going to notice daily performance between these two, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everything's going to run fine on this. Light gaming is going to run fine. However, if you are a big mobile gamer, you will notice a legitimate difference between these two devices. When you pull up Genshin Impact, on the Pixel, it defaults to medium settings, and there are still slowdowns. Over here on the S24 Ultra, with the extra horsepower of the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, defaults to high settings, really nice frame rate, nice and smooth. So if you're a big AAA gamer on your phone, you like streaming all these games and everything, you're going to enjoy your experience better on the S24 Ultra. Now, a lot of people complained about the video on the Pixel, saying the Tensor G4 couldn't handle it. There was something about 4K video. I had zero problems with 4K video on this device. I was able to record it. Both devices were fine. I will tell you this in terms of camera. Samsung's done a much better job in eliminating a lot of the shutter lag that they had previously been plagued by previous devices. I mean, there were times where there was a full beat or two from the time that you pressed the shutter on your Galaxy device to when the picture was actually taken. It was almost sad, especially for the money that you were paying for an S24 Ultra-like device. They've done a better job, but there still is a split second there between you hitting the shutter and actually taking the photo, whereas that is not an issue over here on the Pixel 9 Pro XL. I've got a couple shots I'll throw them. It's very tough. The Pixel 9 Pro this year, the computational photography that Google's put with it, for some reason makes the images a little bit warmer, but they are still sharper than the S24 Ultra. So I do believe for point and shoot, just sitting there, if you took 100 photos with both these cameras, and you didn't do any white balancing, you didn't worry about it, you just pulled out your phone and took 100 photos, I do believe at the end of the day that you will still be happier with the output from the Pixel 9 Pro XL than you will be from the S24 Ultra. Now, that's not the conversation that it used to be. That's not the blowout that it used to be camera-wise. These are very close now. It is almost down to personal preference about how you like how each one handles their color science and the color temperature of the photos to how you're going to choose between these two devices. That's what we're down to. So while I think that the Pixel photos are a little sharper, I like the night photography a little bit better over here, understand that that's not the weakness for Samsung that it used to be. Then you pick up the S Pen over here. Okay, battery life is about comparable. Really nice battery life from both of these. Well over 8 hours of screen on time. Pixel's improved the charging this year, which is a big deal. 45-watt fast charging. However, understand that in practice, a lot of people are seeing, 37 watts, I think it is, over here fast charging. So they're not seeing quite what other people are getting over here with the Samsung devices. They're not seeing the same fast charging speeds. I mean, fast. Okay, we'll put that. OnePlus is out here throwing 80 watts up there, and these two guys are butting heads over 45 watts. Not exactly a clash of the titans as far as the recharging speeds are concerned. But the thing is this. Am I disappointed that the Pixel really can't go toe-to-toe gaming-wise? And then high-end, of course, that's going to translate to video. There's other things that you're going to have over here that you get with the S24. Yeah. I mean, it's a $200 gap for comparably spec'd devices. So is it worth that $200 worth of extra value to pick up the Pixel? It makes it tough. I mean, I have no problem with Tensor. But this year, how good this device is, the Pixel is this year, makes me, just kind of wish that Google had almost gone back to a Snapdragon just so we could not have that conversation. Just so we could put these two devices on absolutely equal footing and let them go at it, because there is that slight advantage over here. It doesn't bother me in day-to-day use, and I do like the AI stuff over here. But the problem with the Google AI stuff is you get Gemini Nano, you get Gemini Live, you get a lot of the features. They're going to put all that stuff on the S24 Ultra anyway. Gemini Live is over here. They're working hand-in-hand with Samsung, so it feels like that should be a major advantage of the Pixel device, but then they just go ahead and give it over to Samsung immediately after. So I get it. If you want to save a couple bucks, like I said, if you're a Pixel fan, and you were disgruntled, pick up a 9 Pro XL. You're going to love coming back. It's everything that you liked about Pixel and more. Heating issues are gone. Fingerprint sensor is better. Modem is better. All those things that weren't, never issues in the first place on the Samsung device are gone now on the Pixel 9 Pro XL. So a really nice experience over here. But understand, if you're all about that raw horsepower, or if you just like One UI a lot better, the S24 Ultra is going to serve you better. And for me, hand on heart, the one that I would want in my pocket is the Galaxy S24 Ultra. If you've made it this far, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Until next time, have that Steve-licious day.